Hello everyone. So before I go on and blast you people with all the information, I would like to tell a little about the place I'm living in. So Jipmer is an institute of national importance. It comes under those INI, like which includes AIMS and Jipmer. So our campus spans around 192 acres, having multiple hospital blocks, super specialty emergency, and we have a swimming pool, an indoor stadium which contains 8 badminton courts, a like outdoor stadium, then 2 basketball courts, one futsal, one tennis court. Like we have a little school in our campus, KV, and much more. So you know what you have to work for. So and it's an amazing place with filled with greenery, and we don't have to wear a mask everywhere we go out. And like it's filled with birds. So it's an amazing place. So you know what you have to work for. So talking about phase 2. So phase 2 is a period just after the board exams, and like there are not even 2 months left for the actual NEET exam. So I'll give you two case scenarios, and if you will be in either of them. So if you have completed the syllabus and you're like almost perfect with everything, and one more is if you're still not done and you're doing it, that's still okay. That's not something you have to regret on. So if you have completed everything, if you have nobody completes everything, but if you have done at least twice revision of everything, then the best thing you can do is solve question papers. Question papers are a very important asset in like the NEET exam, because you will learn a lot of methods of how to approach the exam, because whatever you're doing is for that one day of May 3rd or May 4th, this time I don't know. So you will have to find the best strategy that works for you, not what works for others, what works for you, and you will have to perfect it. So, so if like instead of just studying and not solving the question papers, you will be limited, because how much are you going to study the same thing again and again, and you don't know how you're going to do the last day. So if you solve more question papers, then you can get to know where you're lacking, and you can just study that part and that particular, what do you say, segment in a chapter. So what if you have not completed the syllabus? It's still not late, because what I always say is better late than never. And you have time till the like a week before exam or even the day before exam to learn a concept. So if you and see, if you don't know a concept right now and you get it just before, like just even one day before the exam, and the same question comes in exam and you solve it, see, nobody's going to ask you what you did in those 2 years. Everybody's going to see how you did in the final NEET exam. See, all these practice question papers, practice exams, how much ever you get, you don't have to worry so much, because whatever matters is what you get in the final exam. So don't get demotivated about any marks which you get in the practice question papers or practice papers that NEET expert gives. The only thing you have to focus is to perfect your concepts, to work on a strategy that works for you in the NEET exam, how you're gonna like utilize that 3 hours of the NEET. And like, so coming down to subjects, what you can do for individual subjects, I'll just brief. So bio, the main thing you have to do is revise again and again, because whatever happens in those, like if you're giving some 1 hour or 45 minutes, 40 minutes for bio, you have to complete bio the earliest, because you have to give more time to physics and chemistry. So you just can't keep thinking in the exam. So it should like rapidly come from when you see the question, it should rapidly come out. So revising again and again for bio is important. An efficient way of doing it is, if you like You should have made compendiums, but even now, that's not a late time to do make compendiums, because you'll have to revise it just before the exam also. So if you even if you make it now, that's not a problem. And keep revising the diagrams, like the labelings and stuff. For chemistry and physics, I'll have to tell an important thing. See, the uh, textbooks of physics and chemistry are like, they have a lot of information that is quite hidden, because you won't notice it the first time you read. So like, you might have read the textbooks many times till now. So physics and chemistry, just for the last time, read the textbook, like, because you'll have time now, because other than solving the question papers, you'll have nothing to study. You'll be confused what to study, like, so the best thing to do is study the physics and chemistry. Read the textbooks. See, read the textbooks, and like, there are some points which are hidden, and who knows, like, who can ask what in the exam. So there are like important points which you can write down somewhere. And like in physics, there are points to ponder, and other important points in the textbook itself. So you'll have to, and the physics textbook is the best way to learn a concept, because they have given it so clearly. But the only thing, it's very hard to understand. If you understand how they've explained it, then it's the best way to learn, because other books might, what do you say, explain it in a easier way, but learning it from the textbook, NCRT, is, I think, much better. So as I said, for physics and chemistry, make the notes, and like, when you solve the question papers, right, you'll try to find new methods of solving the same concept now, and you can learn new things. One more thing, you might be thinking, like some people, um, why should I work and solve so many question papers? Like, you might have gotten above 7, like, not I'm not talking about everyone. You might have gotten more than 600 or 700 in some exams. So they'll be like, why should I study so much? So the thing is, NEET also depends on luck. It's a exam which depends, like, little on, not little, major part of it depends on luck. So the reason you're practicing so much is to cut down that luck. You don't have to depend. See, nobody's gonna attempt every question in the exam and get it correct. Some people will just put an answer like based on luck. So to cut down that luck and improve your accuracy, that is the reason you're practicing so much. Otherwise, like, any random person who has studied 2 or 3 times gets a 700, it can be based on luck. So the reason you're working so hard is to cut down that luck and just get it through your hard work. So lastly, before I go, I know you're bored, but still, just listen to this last 1 minute. So to the people who are feeling demotivated, and like, you are feeling like you can't go on, you're losing hope, and you're always asking this question of, what if I can't, what if I don't clear the exam, what will happen if I don't do it? The thing is, NEET is just an exam. So give the best you can and leave the results up to God, because that's the only thing you can do, because the luck is not in your hands. So the only thing you can do is work hard. Last thing is, to the people who say I can't, instead of asking the question, what if I can't, what if I don't, ask the question, what if I do it? If I do it, my parents, my friends, like, whoever has hopes on me, how happy will they be? Like, leave your parents also, like, how happy will you be? So don't have that negative mindset always. I always like, there's no thing like a person doesn't get demotivated. Even I did, like, even my friends did. Like, whenever I felt very demotivated, I just used to ask myself one question, like, is this you, Varun? Like, are you so weak? I used to ask the same question to me, and I used to question myself, am I so weak? Like, I can't handle a simple goddamn exam. So the decision is left up to you. So you can, NEET is not a hard exam. Even though like the last paper was hard, people have, it's not like people haven't done good. People have done good and they have cleared also. So it's based upon you, how you take the exam. So I think this much is enough for all you people. uh, all the best for all of your exams. I know JEE is going on right now, or maybe it's over by the time they show you. So all the best for your CET, maybe JEE second attempt if somebody's giving the final NEET, and maybe even other exams if you want to give. So all the best and have a good day. Thank you.